Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy Monday. Happy September. September is a month to remember. Um, Today, Michael and I get together again. We are going to start talking about how we are all in on passive and how we personally and, as a company itself on passive always staying on purpose. So, without further ado, let's have Michael say hello to everyone and we start our conversation, Michael.
Hello, Julie. Good to see you. Happy Monday. Hello, everyone.
Great to see you, Michael. I hope you had a very restful weekend. So, let's get started. How does we personally, and the company itself staying on purpose. And, we may want to, Michael, describe or give a definition of what staying on purpose mean. To me, staying on purpose is basically knowing and also, living with that intention of what we want to do, you know, where we are living toward that purpose, toward that goal, toward that vision, and taking the actions and the dedication and making decisions toward that purpose, or that core values that we set out. And that's how I see it is in on passive, and that's what I am working every day to working toward that purpose, when whatever that purpose is. What about you, Michael?
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same. Again, we all came here for a reason, right? And so the company is designed for a reason, it's set up for a reason. It has its own goals and aspirations. And we as individuals, the same thing, right? So staying on purpose, staying on that initial goal, staying on why you came here, focusing on, accomplishing the task at hand, right? And so, obviously we have not accomplished it, right? So we need to continue to stay in that same vein, right? In that same direction, focusing on ensuring that all of our, good desires, are able to be fulfilled, right? And certainly we all believe that. Certainly we all know that that is the case. It's just a matter of time. And so, we just have to continue to stay focused, right? Stay true to why we're here, right? And do all that we need to do to make sure that we're able to accomplish the mission.
Yeah, it's so true because we should ask ourselves, why do we need to stay on purpose? Why do we need to have that? Why does it matter at all? Because we want that satisfaction, we want that fulfillment, we want that achievement. We wanted to achieve that, and that's exactly why are we doing it, because we have a greater satisfaction on what we're doing, and focusing on that goal. I mean, if we're really looking back in the past journey that we've been on, and we are on right now, everything in that happened within the company on passive, that gives me that fulfillment, that my goals, my dreams can be fulfilled, right? My, all the things that I want to do in the years of my life that I haven't had a chance to do now, with that purpose, with my purpose being put on the paper. um, I want to feel that goal and that achievement. Therefore, every single day, waking up, working, every actions that we are taking is aligned with the purpose. And therefore, we see that our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufarah, continue to work on and continue to stay on that purpose.
Yeah, absolutely, right. We don't need distractions, right? A lot of stuff comes, to distract us from achieving our goals. You know what I mean? We don't need that in our lives, right? There's a lot that goes around, but we have to be able to, navigate through all of the noise, right? Navigate through all the noise, and basically, seek and continue to work towards
Yeah.
something that makes sense, Julie, right? So many things don't make sense. So many things, People say, oh, do this, do that, right? And you go do those things and you end up in a worse situation than you were. So many people come online trying to find a way to not go broke, and then they end up doing all these different things that put them in a worse situation, than when they first started out. So we don't want the distractions. You know what I mean? You found something, right? You've basically found gold, right? But we know when you find gold, it's not that nice polished metal that we see. You know what I mean? When you go to the store, right, to go buy a ring or a necklace, whatever the case may be, that's made of gold, right? It's very rough. You know what I mean? So we want to stay focused on the task of hand, to polish it, to groom it, to make it shine the way we want it to, and therefore, be able to reap the real value that is there. So as we look at on passive, we see something that, yeah, there is real value there, right? How can we pull out that value, Julie? How can we, get the rewards that the company has designed to produce for all of us, right? And so if we've basically got involved in something that made sense to us in the beginning, and it still continues to make sense, Julie, especially when you look around to see everything else that's out there, on passive makes so much sense. And so that's all the more reason why we stay focused on achieving that. Because sometimes, you know what, waiting is a good thing. Sometimes patience is required, to achieve in life, right? True success doesn't come overnight, right? It's never a get rich quick idea or thing. That's usually never the case. That usually brings a lot of aches and pains, Julie. You know what I mean? But if you find something that makes a lot of sense, and you have so many like-minded people with you, then it just, all the more reasons why you continue to move forward. And that's what we're doing, right? September is a month to remember. So I kind of like that little slogan there, right? And I believe that will be the case. You know what I mean? As we move forward, I think we'll start to see the light, that we've been all looking for. We're in great shape, Julie.
Absolutely, Michael. And the crazy thing is that if we are having our own clear purpose of what we want to do, we will have more I guess motivations and strength to go through. I mean, we need to stay resilient based on the challenges that we have. And the only way that for us to be able to stay on that purpose is to have clear purpose. We go through. And then also, like my brother always reminded me, that no matter what happened in life, every single day you really have to do a reflections, right? So staying on purpose, not only that, we have to have that self reflections. And that's the reason why so many of us are out there talking about the journey of unpassive. That's called a self reflections. That's called reflections that we have. Not only that, we continue to talk about our goals, to talk about our purpose. And it is very important too. Not only that, when we stay in on purpose, we also prioritize things. We're talking about the important things. We kind of eliminate, or not even talking about the challenge, because that's a challenge already exists. We always have to face challenge. However, the best way to do is staying on purpose and moving forward and stay, I guess, self reflections all the time. And that's what all of us have been doing in the past year, is it's stay on that purpose, saying things, speaking out things that are more valuable to us, and continue. I guess Mr. Mufara and the company, they are doing right now is continue to evaluate their journey.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is important, to reflect, in your day-to-day life and see what really matters to you, right? And sometimes when given, this amount of time, before you reap your rewards, it helps you to kind of put things in focus. What's truly important. Do I need 10 cars? You know what I mean? Do I need 5 homes? What I mean? Put, what's really, really important. And I find people Julie. That's what's important in your lives, right? It's people, having good people around you, good people in your circle, being able to do good for others, helping others, right? Those are the more lofty, goals, I believe, Julie. And so this time gives us that opportunity to reflect, and to put things into perspective. So reviewing your goals is certainly a great idea, to definitely help you stay on purpose, because then you really see, that's, I guess that's not really that important. So I can kind of put that on the back burner, right? And just focus on what makes the most sense to you, for yourself and for your family. A lot of people are always looking for motivation, but sometimes the best motivation comes from within, right? If you believe in something, Julie, if you're focused on something, then you don't really need much motivation externally, right? You don't need others to come and pump you up and hype you up, and all of that stuff. Belief is belief. It's either you do or you don't, right? It's not in between. You know what I mean? And I think if all of us truly, kind of put On Passive through a microscope, if you wish, then we can look and see that here is a company that really wants to help, right? Here's a company, that's doing everything possible, to make sure, people end up in a better situation, because of knowing On Passive, because of being involved in On Passive. And I truly see that. We've always talked about, uplifting humanity, and that is still so true today. We need it more than ever. You know what I mean? When we look at all the craziness that's going on, the madness, people are in bad financial situations, but how do they get out of that, Julie? You know what I mean? What can they do, right? It has to be something that doesn't require their skills, because whatever skill you have, you're usually using it, to generate income right now, whether, i.e., a job, right? And so if that isn't enough, then what do you do, right? How do you function? And so it's important to, reflect and look and see, and make sense of the world around us, and how we fit within this company called On Passive, and what this company can actually do for us. Does it make sense? And the answer is absolutely yes, it makes sense, Julie. That's why we're still here. We haven't gone anywhere, right? We're still here forging ahead, because not only do we want to help ourselves, but we want to help our community. We want to help everyone around us, all the friends that we've met over the past 6 years or so. We definitely want to help them right across the globe. And how can we do that, Julie? We can do that because of this company called On Passive. That's what the company is put together for, is to uplift people, is to encourage people, is to empower people, so that they, get away from the idea of just self, right? Think more than just yourself. Because if we can do that, Julie, then we're truly going to make something, remarkable. Because as it has been said so many times, that On Passive is a movement, right? Not just a business, not just a company, not just transactional, but certainly here, to make a massive difference in people's lives for the better, right? And I certainly see that even today. It's still there, Julie. That has not changed, right? And in a little, short time, I believe, more and more will be revealed, so people can actually see, exactly what we're talking about. Again, for some people, they have vision, so they can see beyond sight. For others, they actually have to see it right in front of them for them to, "Oh, okay, yes, okay, okay, it's real. Okay, I get it." You know what I mean? And we understand that. We're not, we all come from different walks of life and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, right, as long as each and every one of us are able to accomplish our dreams, are able to fulfill them, Julie, are able to, do all the things that we want to do that's good in life, that's what matters. So whether it takes a year, whether it takes 2 months, whether it takes 6 years, the time to me is irrelevant, as long as you have staying power, right? As long as you can continue, to fight, as long as you can continue to stay focused, as long as you don't let other, stuff distract you, from your true goal, then you're going to be fine. And that's what I see, with so many, hundreds of thousands of us, Julie, that are here still, simply because we believe in our CEO, we believe in what this company, has set out to do, and we believe that it will become a reality, right? And so as long as it's going to become a reality, then why should I go anywhere else? If this is going to provide me all that I need, give me that total freedom that so many of us are seeking, then why would I go anywhere else? You know what I mean? Because usually somewhere else is not going to get you what you're actually looking for. Otherwise, you'd have been there from before, right? So it just makes sense that we continue to stay on purpose, Julie. As to what we set out in the very beginning to achieve, because it is achievable right here with On Passive.
Absolutely. It is achievable. And in order for us to really understand that purpose, that goals, we got to write them down, right? We got to write them down. And once we literally identify that purpose that you're going to work toward, then you absolutely right. You got to stay on it. You got to stay on it no matter what. You got to stay on it and continue to, what do they call it? Work your plan and plan your work, right? You continue to work on that purpose, toward that purpose. And if you don't have it, if you were to go look for something else, your purpose is not there anymore. And that's the reason why all of us are getting together. We day to day, every single day, we all coming on and literally telling the story, like on my heart to heart conversations, people are coming in telling their story of how their life has been, how they found their purpose and on passive. Because to be honest, so many of us in life, when before on passive, what do we do? The only purpose that we have, for example, myself, for example, is focusing on the children, how to raise the children, how to nurture them. But now with on passive, my purpose is so much bigger than that. It has myself included, it has the neighbor, it has a community of people including in there, because we are all, I guess, our sense of life, our sense of purpose, it's opened up even more. And in order for us to actually see those purpose ourselves, we really need to take actions of writing them down, to actually identify them and make goals with those purpose as well. And so if you're currently watching this and you feel that, your purpose is only buying a car, moving out of where you are, or that it's bigger than that, right? Our CEO, Mr. Ashmafar, always says you can dream big, you can dream bigger. So, in order for us to achieve what we want in life, I believe we have to write it down and even draw a picture of our life, our purpose of where we want to do. And we all can do that because we can see that on passive could get us there. Right, Michael?
Mhm.
You
Yeah,
see?
well, I mean, life is more meaningful, Julie, when you live with purpose, right? I mean, think of someone who just, they have no reason to live. You know what I mean? Think of that person's circumstances, their situation, um, how they don't want to get up out of bed in the mornings, right? What makes you motivated to get up, right? What makes you want to continue throughout the day? What are you living for? You know what I mean? Are you just living just to exist? Well, I guess I'm alive because I'm still breathing. Okay, let's see what the day brings, right? Or do you actually have something, have a reason, a burning desire, to want to get up in the mornings, that want to, do good, right? Is there something inside you that's driving you? You know what I mean? Like you talk about your children. For some people, yeah, I need to get up. I need to make sure the kids them are sorted. Send them off to school. Be there when they come home. Make sure they have something to eat. All these things, right? Um, like what is driving you, right? And so to me, when you have something that is driving you, life is that much more meaningful, right? And certainly you're going to find more fulfillment, when you live on purpose, right? So meaning it's a deliberate act, right? You're taking a decisive, decisive action, decisive steps, as you go about your day. It's not just, well, okay, we'll just see what happens today, right? Well, no, you know what I mean? That's not living on purpose, right? And so I think in our journey to succeed, especially in business, we have to have something that's driving us. You know what I mean? For some people, fear actually drives some people. Some people have a fear of failing, right?
Mhm.
And that actually drives them,
Yeah.
to make sure that they achieve, right? I certainly don't like to fail. You know what I mean? So everything that I do, I try to put 100% into it, Julie, and
Mhm.
just go, right? Obviously, you get wiser as you get older and all of that stuff, so you make better decisions. But at the end of the day, though, what is it that's pushing you to continue, right? Think of all of us, those who've been here for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, whatever the case may be. What is driving you? What is motivating you? What is, keeping you going? Like, what is it? You understand? And I believe for most people, is the fact that they want to succeed, Julie. They want to win. You know what I mean? They want their lives to be better, right? They want to be in a position where money is no longer an issue, right? Because that's usually a huge driving factor for people. They want to be able to pay their bills without worrying, okay, rent is due, and okay, I have no money to pay the rent, or mortgage is due, and I don't have no money. The car payment, the student loan, you know what I mean? Student fees, whatever the case may be, right? You want to be living a life where it's not an issue. Not that you have all this money, being thrown at you, right? But just that you don't have to worry about it, right? It makes a huge difference because stress is a killer, right? Stress really is, you know what I mean? So if you can have a stress-free life, where you know that your basic necessities are taken care of, your family's taken care of, you still have some leftovers that you can help out those who may be in need. That's what we're talking about here, Julie. We're not talking about people running around being millionaires and what have you, right? Sure, that's all a possibility. Don't get me wrong, right? But I'm saying when we're looking at the whole, when we're looking at everyone, because surely everyone is not going to be millionaires, Julie. Of course not, right? But when we look at everyone, if everyone is in a better situation, a situation whereby, yeah, I don't have to worry about money because my rent is paid and my other bills are taken care of. We can buy food, we have clean water, all of that stuff. Proper shelter. There's the roof is not leaking. You know what I mean? We're in a good situation. And I think a lot of people will be grateful for just that, Julie. Now, if you go beyond that, even more fantastic, right? But just having that basic necessity taken care of, that people can have a good quality of life. That's what most people are looking for. You know what I mean? I was talking to a guy the other day, and it says, "Man, all he needs is an extra $300 to $500 a month." He says that's all he needs, right? And he's good. I'm like, wow, really? Right? But that's okay because that's him. That's his situation. You know what I mean? Everyone's situation is different. And I do think that most people, Julie, most people, if they had an extra $500 a month coming in, that they didn't have to go spend another 8 hours or 5 hours a day working to get that, right? They would be so happy. And so we're certainly working towards that and to go beyond it, because I think, with On Passive, there's going to be some massive, massive, massive rewards for people in the long term. Absolutely, there will be. Especially us as early birds,
Mhm.
adapters, right? Certainly, for sure. But regardless, whether it's someone who's been here for 4 years or whether it's someone that's coming down the road, right? The opportunity is so bright for everyone because it makes sense, right? It makes sense to have, being in the business whereby it's fully automated. Being in a business whereby you're using the latest technology that's out there in the marketplace. You're providing products that there's actually a demand for. All these things, Julie. You know what I mean? When you put it all together, you have something that is a winning formula, right? And if you have a winning formula, then guess what's going to happen? You're going to win, right? If you have a losing formula, guess what? You're going to lose, right? But we have a winning formula here and On Passive. So we continue to stay on purpose because we believe in the dream, right? We believe in the dream and we believe that so many people globally in over 200 countries are going to achieve that. So, hey, it makes sense to continue to move forward, Julie, and stay on purpose.
Absolutely. And we all really come back to the point. My seed of knowledge is that on passive is on purpose to deliver Catmo to us, right? That was, that is a small part of it. However, the last time Mr. Ashmofara said, I cannot teach you to fly, but I can teach you to soar, right? And so, whatever the purpose of our life is, we need to stay on it, whether or not your purpose of life is to make a difference in a small group of children, or your purpose of life is to travel the world, right? Whatever it is, I believe we all need to take the action by writing it down, stay clear on that purpose. And once we stay clear on that purpose, we will have more meaningful and less stress of life. It doesn't matter, even if there's challenges, doesn't matter, there's obstacle in life, we still can move forward. And you are right, on passive, that is that beacon of hope, that piece of hope, that going brighter and brighter to us every day, because we have someone, Mr. Ashmufara, and the team stay on their purpose. And if you want to have your purpose fulfilled, if we want to have that purpose fulfilled, we need to stay on that purpose as well. And that means stay with on passive, focusing and stay close and on passive. Remember, September is a month to remember. And like Mr. Mufara said, it's not going to be long. It's here, and he is going to make that. It's going to be something that it's treasure for me. That's it, Michael.
There's nothing like purpose, Julie. There's
Yeah,
nothing like purpose. To wake up in the morning knowing that your day is bright ahead of you. That's brilliant.
yeah,
No one wants to get up and it's dark and cloudy, and people want to see sunshine. People want to see light. People want to see brightness, right?
yeah,
And think about it when you when you wake up in the morning and you look outside and it's nice and sunny, and the birds are chirping and all these fancy stuff is going on, like you feel better. It's like a better spirit, right? You're in a better mood. You know what I mean? But you get up and it's raining, thunder and lightning, and and it's gloomy outside, and you feel like, you don't even want to go outside. You know what I mean? And so that's really what we're talking about, right? We're talking about being in a situation whereby right? That there are brighter days ahead, and so you're motivated to keep pushing forward because you know that,
yeah.
right? As opposed to, oh, it's doom and gloom, it's over, everything is gone, everything's wiped out, woe is me, blah blah blah. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's yeah, that's not what people are looking for.
I think
People,
I think if people um, are complaining or saying things, they have no purpose, right? Because that's all their purpose is, focusing on that. So to be honest, the best thing to do is know what makes you happy and reflect
mhm,
on that point. Yeah,
yeah.
and you'll find your purpose.
Mhm.
There's a lot of books, courses, and podcasts, and tons of them out there. All we got to do is find that one purpose that makes us happy, and then just keep working on it, right, Mike?
Well, I mean, I can tell you, Julie, it has a lot to do with money, right?
That
It
true.
has a lot to do with money. When people are able to pay their bills, they're usually in a better spirit.
Hmm.
It's as simple as that.
Hmm.
When you're struggling, and when you're stressed because you don't know how that bill is going to be paid,
Yeah,
then people are not in a good mood. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
So that's why I always like to say, you want to be in a position where money is no longer an issue, right? If you can get yourself in that position, then a lot of things is going to start to happen for you in a positive way, right? And that's a big reason why all of us got involved in on passive, to be in that position where money is no longer an issue.
yeah,
And so that's going to obviously mean different things for different people. Everybody's situation is different.
yeah,
So it's that person I said 300 to 500, hey, they're good with that.
Yeah.
Somebody else may say 3,000 to 5,000. You know what I mean? Like it's different for everyone. But at the end of the day, as long as your situation, right, money is no longer an issue for you based upon your situation. That's all that matters, right? And I clearly see that is what's going to happen for so many people here because of this company on passive. So focus on your purpose, stay on your purpose, and you're good to go. All good things will come to you in time. Absolutely, Julie.
Well said. That's a wrap, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Michael. And if you are in the US, today we are celebrating Labor Day. Labor Day to me is for the laborer, the people that work so hard, have some time to themselves and rest. And so I hope you all rest well. And for the people around the world, stay safe. God bless you all. Take care, Michael. Thank you
Here,
so much.
Julie.